everyone, and greetings gamers. Welcome to the Daily HUD. I'm Sierra and I'm bringing you all the hottest in esports news. We have so much to cover today and I hope you're as excited as I am. Big news for the esports collegiate team. ESPN has announced their very first collegiate esports championship. After the unfortunate cancellation of Heroes of the Dorm and Heroes of the Storm Global Championship, ESPN stepped up to the plate and created their very own championship series. The new Collegiate Series event allows students to compete for scholarships, so good luck everyone out there. According to ESPN, over 100 North American colleges will compete in a series of qualifiers hosted by the Collegiate Star League for Street Fighter V, while TESPA, one of the major collegiate esports organization branch of Blizzard, will host Overwatch, Hearthstone, StarCraft II, and Heroes of the Storm. So far, there is no official date for the start of the series, but we'll be on the lookout for it, so please stay tuned. The League of Legends, LEC, is just 1 week away before their spring split playoffs. With 1 week before the playoffs, the bracket standings are looking more and more clear. With the final wins and losses coming in, we have 2 days of actions that could make some big final changes to the standings. On day one, we have a rather interesting lineup of games starting off the day. Misfits look to get their last chance this week into getting into playoffs, but their next opponent are a tough one. They take on Splice as the first match of the day. For the match of the week, Fnatic and G2 Esports will face off for the final time before playoffs, and the biggest rivalry since 2016 will come head-to-head with two different goals in mind. Fnatic looking to take a win off G2 to avoid losing their 5th place spot in the standings. G2 looking just to, well, increase their numbers. Origin and SO4 are set to face off this week with SO4 in, well, 6th place and 1 loss away from being tied with SK Gaming. Their playoff dreams are quickly slipping away. Origin, on the other hand, is trying to break away from the 3-way 2nd place tie that they're stuck in. Just 1 day before the LEC, but day 2 could still be a saving grace or perhaps a point of no return for these teams. Starting off day 2 will be G2 versus Misfit, then SO4 will take on Rogue with Team Vitality going head-to-head with SK Gaming. Afterwards, Origin will take on the eliminated XL squad. To close out the day, Fnatic will take on Splice Gaming, and moving on to the LCS, unlike the LEC, they still have 2 weeks left before playoffs, but some teams, this last stretch can be crucial for teams like CLG and Clutch Gaming. On day 1, we have a few of those bottom place teams taking on the top dogs, and this could crush a lot of playoff dreams. To start off the day, CLG looked to take a win off Optic Gaming to keep their playoff dreams alive, and CLG's last week roster's changes proved to be their downfall in coordination. With Optic Gaming holding on to a 5th place spot, a loss to CLG will cause a 3-way tie with Golden Guardians. Though CLG has a huge matchup for day 2 with their old company rivals, Team Solo Mid. With CLG losing their last game, they're looking to bounce back, at least end the streak that Solo Mid has had against them, but question will remain how CLG's rosters will play out this week. For the rest of the LCS, there is a big day for those bottom place teams. On the 2nd day, we have a lineup that could be a premonition of the upcoming playoffs. Golden Guardians will start off against Clutch Gaming, then the bottom 2 place teams will scuffle it out for, well, bragging rights to say the least. Then the match of the week closes off with CLG and Team Solo Mid. Week 8 of the LCS will kick off March 16th at 5 p.m. after the LEC broadcast. Moving on to the Overwatch League. They're preparing for their final Stage 1 week before their playoffs, and well, there aren't a lot of matches for this week, but they are important to finalize the standing. 16 teams are battling out in the last 2 days of Stage 1. With a lot on the line, these teams are looking to hopefully secure their spots for the playoffs. With Washington Justice, Florida Mayhem basically on the verge of elimination, a lot of wins are at stake with these two teams looking to take wins off teams that need them most. Tension builds up on the final week for Overwatch League. On day one, the Washington Justice take on the Paris Eternal, then the Boston Uprising will take on the Dallas Fuel, and on day two, Philadelphia Fusion will start off the day with Paris Eternal, then the Houston Outlaws look to bounce back against the Atlanta Reign. To close off the week, the undefeated Vancouver Titans will take on Guangzhou Charge. And with all that action coming up, we have a lot to cover after this weekend. But for now, on behalf of me, Sierra, and the entire Esports network, we'll be back Monday at the same time to bring the non-stop gaming action. Have a great weekend. Good night.